Most people don't understand that we use 1 million units of blood per year in Canada. We have to get those voluntarily from Canadians. So that means 1 million people every year have to donate blood so we can keep up with hospital demand so that patients receive the treatment that they need. In emergency situations, so if someone has internal bleeding from a car accident, they can use up to 50 units of blood. So that's 50 people donating. The biggest user of our blood pie, or the blood that we collect, is people who have cancer. They'll use 8 units per week, and they're usually in treatment for 6 months or longer.
In 1994, when my younger son was diagnosed at the age of 18 months with neuroblastoma, and he passed away 7 weeks to the day after he was diagnosed. 2 years later, I was serving in the military. I was stationed in Cold Lake at the time. 2 years later, I was posted from Cold Lake, Alberta to Gagetown, New Brunswick. And the first thing I noticed when I got to Gagetown was that they had some really big bugs because the back of my neck and the back of my head were covered in bites. And that's what I thought they were. They did a biopsy, but they told me, so don't worry about it, nothing presents as cancerous. And 10 days later, I received the diagnosis that I had stage 3 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had numerous blood and platelet transfusions during my treatment and my recovery. I've been doing really, really well. This year I am 17 years cancer-free. Well, for people that are apprehensive to try, I've donated blood. I've learned not to be, afraid of needles. And I have a son who has Asperger's syndrome, and he is petrified of needles. He hates them. But he went and he donated blood because he said he did it for me. And he said, did it because of me. I used to think that, this kind of stuff doesn't happen to me. It happens to somebody else. And it can happen to you. And it can happen to somebody you love. And it can happen to somebody that means something to you. And you don't want to wait until that day. You don't want to wait until it's you.